Hello, it's early in the morning right now. Echo, what time is it? Echo, what time is it?
The time is 6:27 a.m.
It's pretty early. It's way better. I'm battling an HVAC problem right now in Florida, and it's just way better to do all my content creation first thing in the morning while it's still dark, and it's crazy early right now. So that is why I'm doing it in the early morning. Anyway, what I want to talk about today is electronic vehicles. I personally think they are horrible, but everybody, all the masses think that they are so great. When it drops below freezing, first of all, that battery is goes along the entire length of the vehicle, and it is like about that thick or so. So there's all that radiation happening. Nobody cares about that. So what? But anyway, what really irks me is that when it drops below freezing, we don't have that problem in Florida because it rarely drops below freezing in Florida. It's constantly very hot all the time. But when it drops below freezing, the battery loses about half of its power. So whatever it has at that time, to, in mileage to go forward, like I don't know, like let's say it has 300 miles. When it drops below freezing, the capacity of that battery to propel that vehicle forward drops in half. Also, I pick somebody up in my Uber vehicle from Tampa International Airport, and that person comes to Florida every year and they rent a vehicle. And they said that everybody was talking about Tesla, Tesla, Tesla. So he rented a Tesla, and he said that he hated it and he will never rent one again. The reason why that he said that he hated it was because there is a gas station pretty much on every corner. So when you run low on gas, you can get to a gas station and it takes a few minutes to pump in some gas, and then you're on your way. With an electronic vehicle, it tells you how long you have to go, and you have to include that to a charging station in that mileage. So let's say it has 300 miles and the nearest charging station is 50 miles away. You have to include that 50 miles in that 300, number one. Number two, I picked up somebody and they told me that when they go on a road trip very far away, you have to plan your driving around those charging stations because you only get about 300 miles charging to a battery, and when you charge the battery it usually takes minutes to fill up your car with gas. But when you charge that battery, if you charge it at home, you get like 6 miles for every hour that you charge it at home, which is like nothing. And then if you go to a charging station, it takes, if you can find a supercharger to charge the battery in that car, it takes like 30 minutes at least. So like in a gas vehicle, you can pump that up with fuel in a matter of seconds, in less than a minute. But if you're charging a car battery, it takes over 30 minutes to do. So that is the difference between canceling a trip request and not canceling a trip request if you cannot go as far as needed. So those are things that you absolutely need to keep in mind if you're going to get an electronic vehicle. Me personally, I wouldn't ever get an electronic vehicle. I like hybrid vehicles like the Toyota Prius and other hybrid vehicles that take gas. I do not want to be tethered by an electronic device anywhere at any time. I don't want to be tethered to anything. So I like hybrid vehicles that take gas in them because there are gas stations everywhere. I would never in my life own an electronic vehicle for those reasons.